Hi all, welcome or welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Silvia, I'm a freelance artist and children's books illustrator based in Italy. I work mainly in the publishing world, but I also maintain an online shop and work for commissions, private commissions for big celebrations, gifts, special events, or something like that. And I also like to create some videos for this channel, like this one, where I like to share bits of my life as an illustrator, work in progress, tutorials, draw with me, and insights of the illustration world. In the description below you can find all my contacts, so if you're interested, please check them out. So for those of you who are veterans of this channel, you have noticed that I've changed the location for the video. I'm in the living room because I have COVID at home. I'm still negative and I hope I will stay negative forever. But yeah, we're fine. Everything is just tiring, much more tiring and difficult, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, at least. So yeah, here we are on this nice sofa with this nice color. Okay, let's stop this. So this video is a draw with me, where you will see me start and finish an illustration I'm very proud of. That's a big news. It will be quite a chatty video because I thought that I've already made several videos with some draw with me where I explain step by step my process. So if you're interested in this kind of topic, I leave you a video here, but you can find a lot of videos in my channel. But since I've had this thought on my mind recently, it would be nice to talk about it while you see me drawing. So let's find out the topic of the chat. Well, probably you already guessed it from the title of the video. Whatever, enjoy the video and we'll see each other at the end of it. Let's start with the time-lapse of the sketch. This drawing came from a sketch I did on my sketchbook during a market. The idea was of a curious kid playing as an explorer, a pirate or something like that, with a suitcase as a means of transportation and a trusty companion by his side. Then I thought my portfolio was lacking scenes with multiple children interacting, inclusivity and diversity, so I challenged myself and stepped out of my comfort zone. I added 2 adventure companions, each with a distinct personality. I put a lot of effort into creating each character and making them unique, and I really hope I succeeded. Even though the initial sketch wasn't too messy, I decided to refine it further on another layer because the scene is quite complex here, with characters, overlapping objects, and all the details I wanted to include. I don't always do this because, as you can see, it takes a lot of time. For example, this is sped up to per 20 here, and I'm not very patient. But when I do take this extra step, I never regret it. After finishing the sketch, it's time to add color.
I had already thought of a color palette to use, so I minimized it and I kept it handy whenever I need a color. Now, the process here is pretty much the same, so in the meantime, I want to go off on a tangent about how difficult I find it to choose colors for an illustration. Yes, because it's a part of the process I never film, because usually it's just me sitting still, staring at the drawing and trying to imagine. It's unsettling to me, the infinite number of colors to choose from, especially when working digitally. It can be overwhelming, at least for me. Starting is the hardest part because the possibilities are endless. It reminds me a bit of the movie The Legend of 1900, when it talks about the immense possibilities of the world outside the ship and his inability to make decisions in an infinite world like ours. Now, I'm kind of romanticizing it, but that's the gist of it. I find it difficult to choose a color or a combination, and it always takes me a long time. Lately, I've been focusing on color theory, studying combinations, contrasts, and tones. I've been looking for a method to bring order to the confusion of the infinite, continuous, and daunting color wheel for me. I think my scientific approach to things will never leave me. During the Bologna Children's Book Fair this year, during a portfolio review, I had a fascinating discussion with an illustrator I greatly admire. He said, looking at my work, "It's wonderful to see the scientific method applied to illustration." This initially left me puzzled, but then I realized he was just defining what I had been doing for a while, applying a method. It might seem unromantic or unartistic, but for me it's quite the opposite. Choosing colors for an illustration has become a puzzle to solve, and puzzles have always been hard for me. But at least I know I have tools that will help me solve it. First, I decide on the dominant color that will set the mood for the illustration. Then I gradually choose the shades, analogous colors that guide the scene towards the subject or the subjects, which have complementary colors to the rest. The subjects don't need to be completely complementary, just a few right details, that touch of color that stands out and makes everything else make sense. Although the method is scientific, it's not that I apply it without thinking about everything, of course, but it's a guideline that helps me untangle the web when I'm in trouble, even when I end up choosing colors different from those initially thought of. Having a procedure helps me not to get lost. It might be the professional deformation I carry from my physics research days, but I like it. I like that after a few years in illustration, science and the scientific method come to my rescue, or rather I pull them out of the bag I carry with me. When I was a researcher, I felt incomplete because my creativity was blocked and useless. Now, however, I managed to take both sides of my coin, the creative and the scientific, and put them together to achieve a result I'm proud of. All this to say, art is subjective, and so is the process that leads us to the result, our creative process. It's entirely personal and follows the individual's nature. I use the tools I have at my disposal. Someone else might use intuition and impulse to define the colors, being faster or more instinctive, but there's no right or wrong way. Meanwhile, I'm continuing to color with shadows and lights, layering and blending modes. And if you want more explanations about the process, I recommend some videos on my channel like this one, because in this video I let myself go with the talking and didn't explain step by step what I was doing. But I really wanted to talk about this. I had never put it into words out loud, so it was very useful for me, and I hope for you too. Anyway, this illustration brings me joy. I like how it turned out. I like the mood, the irony of the characters, and their tangible diversity, not only in colors but also in attitudes. I'm rarely 100% satisfied, but I think this time we're close. Okay, here is the finished illustration. I hope you liked it.
Thank you for watching this video and for listening to my thoughts. I would like to make more videos where I talk about topics related to illustration, not just show you how to do something, which is funny and useful, but I like to bring more of the person behind the illustrations in this channel. I do this already on Instagram, but I would like to do it more here on YouTube. So let me know if the idea is good for you, if you like it. If you just prefer tutorials and similar content, please let me know that too. But at the end, I hope everything is useful and interesting for you, or simply relaxing. If you liked this video, please leave a thumb up and consider subscribing to this channel because it's free and it will help me a lot creating new videos like this and supporting my work here and outside the channel. Thank you as always for being here and for making till the end of the video. Stay safe, have fun and drink your water, and as usual we'll see each other in the next video. Bye!